Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Dr. Ruby and we are back with another class on educational psychology. We have covered quite a bit in this series so far. We have gone through the basics of educational psychology, including its meaning, nature, scope and importance. We have also explored some key theories like Pavlov's classical conditioning, Skinner's operant conditioning and Watson's behaviorism, as well as the difference between classical and operant conditioning, to help you understand them better. After that, we have moved on to the cognitive development theories of Jean Piaget and Jerome Bruner. If you have missed any of these topics or want to revisit them, you can check out the educational psychology playlist, and I'll also provide the links in the description below. And today we will discuss another very important topic from your exam point of view, Vygotsky's Sociocultural Theory of Cognitive Development. And in this video, we will understand in most simple words about Vygotsky, the core concepts of his theory like social interaction, zone of proximal development, more knowledgeable other, scaffolding and language as a tool of thought. We will understand his theory and finally its educational implications. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please subscribe now and press the bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Now, before we get into the theory itself, let us talk a bit about the man behind it, Lev Vygotsky. Vygotsky was a Russian psychologist born in 1896. His work mainly focused on child development and education. Now, what's really fascinating about Vygotsky is how he saw learning as a deep social process. He believed that our development is not just a matter of growing up, but is profoundly shaped by the people we interact with and the culture we are part of. Unfortunately, Vygotsky's life was quite short. He passed away at the young age of 37 due to tuberculosis in 1934. Despite his early death, Vygotsky's ideas were revolutionary and have had a lasting impact on psychology, especially in the field of education. His work wasn't widely recognized until later, but today, his theory is considered one of the most influential in understanding how children learn and think. Now, let us understand the core concepts that are fundamental to Vygotsky's sociocultural theory. Each of these concepts provide a unique insight into how Vygotsky viewed learning and cognitive development. Social interaction. Vygotsky believed that social interaction is the foundation of cognitive development. He argued that learning happens first on a social level, through interaction with others, and then on an individual level with the child's mind. This means children learn best when they engage with their peers, parents, teachers, or other people around them. Next, zone of proximal development, the ZPD. The ZPD is the difference between what a learner can do without help and what they can achieve with guidance and encouragement from a skilled person. For example, a child might be able to solve simple puzzle on their own, but needs help from a parent or teacher for more complex ones. The assistance they receive falls within their ZPD. The next core concept he has given is the more knowledgeable other, MKO. The MKO is someone who has more knowledge or skills than the learner. This person could be a teacher, a parent, a peer, or even a computer program. The MKO helps guide the learner through the ZPD to gain new knowledge and skills. Next, scaffolding. Scaffolding refers to the support given to a child that is tailored to their needs and gradually withdrawn as they become more competent. For example, when teaching a child to read, the teacher might initially read alongside the child, then let the child read with help, and eventually encourage the child to read independently. Next, language as a tool of thought. Vygotsky considered language not just a means of communication, but a powerful tool for thinking. He argued that Language helps children organize their thoughts, reasoning, and solve problems. As children engage in self-talk, they use language to guide their actions and thinking, helping them to solve problems and learn new concepts. Now, let us understand what Vygotsky's Sociocultural theory of cognitive development is all about. This theory is unique because, unlike Piaget's theory, it does not see cognitive development as a series of stages. Instead, Vygotsky emphasized that development is a continuous process that happens through social interaction and the cultural tools provided by society. This theory states that cognitive development is fundamentally a social process. It occurs through social interactions with others, particularly with those who are more knowledgeable. Vygotsky believed that children learn better when they are actively engaged with peers, teachers, or parents, rather than learning in isolation. This interaction allows children to internalize the skills and knowledge shared with them, making social context crucial for learning. The ZPD, which we have discussed, is a central concept in Vygotsky's theory. It refers to the range of tasks that a child can perform with the help of a more knowledgeable other, MKO, but cannot yet accomplish on their own. The idea is that learning occurs most effectively when instruction is given within this zone. Vygotsky suggested that learning should be aimed at the ZPD level so that the child is challenged but not overwhelmed. For example, in a classroom, if a student can solve basic math problems independently but struggles with more complex equations, a teacher might provide guided practice to help the students learn these more challenging concepts. Now, according to Vygotsky, learning often occurs through the guidance of someone more knowledgeable. This MKO could be a teacher, a peer, or even a digital tool that provides information or scaffolding. The MKO's role is to provide the appropriate support, feedback, and guidance to help the learner progress. For example, in a classroom, a teacher might first demonstrate a concept, then provide practical opportunities, and later facilitate peer learning where students teach each other. In educational settings, scaffolding involves breaking down complex information into smaller, more manageable parts, providing hints or cues, modeling a task, or asking guiding questions. For example, when teaching essay writing, a teacher might first provide a framework, then work through a sample essay together with the class, and finally encourage students to write their own essays, reducing the level of support as students become more proficient. Vygotsky emphasized that cognitive development is mediated by cultural tools, such as language, symbols, and technologies. These tools are passed down from generation to generation and are essential for learning. For example, in different cultures, various tools like calculators or computer software may be used to teach mathematical concepts. These cultural tools help children learn how to think and solve problems in culturally specific ways. Vygotsky also believed that language is a primary tool for cognitive development. He argued that language shapes thought and reasoning, and that children use language to solve problems and understand the world around them. For example, a child might use self-directed speech or private speech when trying to solve a difficult puzzle. Over time, the private speech becomes internalized as inner speech, which is essentially thought. Vygotsky believed that this internalization of language is crucial for cognitive development. Unlike Piaget, who proposed stages of development, Vygotsky rejected the idea of fixed stages. He argued that cognitive development is a continuous process that varies greatly among individuals, depending on their social interactions and cultural context. This means that children's development cannot be fixed into stages, but should be seen as a fluid process that evolves through social experiences. This basically means that there is no single path to development. Instead, there are multiple paths shaped by different culture and social context. Now, moving on to the educational implications. Vygotskys theory provides many valuable insights that can help educators create more effective learning environments. Here are some key implications of his theory in education. Vygotskys theory encourages the use of collaborative activities where students work together, share knowledge, and help each other learn. This can include group work, peer tutoring, and cooperative projects. Such activities not only help students learn the content, but also develop essential social skills. Next, by understanding each student's zone of proximal development, teacher can tailor instruction to meet individual needs. This means providing more support for some students and encouraging more independence in others, ensuring that all students are challenged appropriately. Next, instead of passively receiving information, students are actively engaged in learning through discussion, problem solving, and hands-on activities. This leads to deeper understanding and retention of knowledge. Next, through scaffolding and guidance from MKOs, students are encouraged to think critically, solve problems, and apply knowledge in new contexts. This prepares them for more complex cognitive tasks in higher education and real life. Finally, Vygotskys theory suggests that learning materials should be culturally relevant and meaningful. This helps students connect new knowledge to their own experiences and make learning more engaging. So that was all on Vygotsky's sociocultural theory of cognitive development. I hope you find the video insightful and helpful. If you enjoyed the video or have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. In our next class, we will discuss another very important topic in educational psychology. So be sure to subscribe and press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next class.